This is September 12th, 2009. This is the Todd engine in Youngstown, the Todd Engine Heritage Park. Here's a little update on our construction of our building. On the right you can see two of the four concrete piers for our building is in place. And here is the footer for the front wall of the building. And over here we have the forms which are reset up for the pouring of the north side piers. The first two piers are 10 feet tall. The rear two piers are going to be 8 feet tall. Since our site slopes, we need a little bit more height for the front end here. And we'll take a look at pier number 2 on the north side and how we're putting these together. It was 3/4 inch plywood with 2x4s all screwed together for the panels. You can see the 2x4 whalers, which are the horizontal pieces. And we have what they call 1/4 inch pencil rod with the clips on either end. And this entire system here will hold this form together so it doesn't break out when we put the probably about a yard and a half of concrete in this particular form. And as we pan around, you can see the place generally is a mess. There's our Oliver backhoe. And as you can see, there isn't going to be much room between the side of the building and the engine. And that's something that's beyond our control, since we had to construct this building for the benefit of the 1893 Morgan crane sitting back there behind the Inslee. And back here we can see what the inside of the forms look like. Here I have number 6 rebar. We're going to have 6 vertical pieces of number 6 rebar with number 3 horizontal ties or loops every foot. The forms themselves are coated with a form release, which is nothing more than used motor oil and diesel fuel, and all that used motor oil came courtesy of the Inslee crane. And as we walk around to the rear end of the engine, the 20-foot flywheel. This engine weighs 260 tons. The flywheel is about 75 tons, crankshaft is 50 tons. Each bed plate is about 40 tons. And over here to see the concrete piers, which are about 3 weeks old now. And here we have the 4 of the columns for the building. As you can see, there's going to be 2 beams for each one. One supports the crane runway, the other for the building itself. And they came in painted primer gray, and we're painting them black. Swing around here, our scrap pile, otherwise known as the fundraising department. And here's some of the other building parts awaiting paint. There's a cab off the Morgan crane. And a concrete bucket which we purchased to pour the concrete for the piers. There's the trolley for the Morgan. There's a 30-pound Cleaver Brooks boiler. That'll supply our steam whenever we have steam ups here. And here's the K-12 Inslee, fully operational now. And I put a Youngstown sheet and tube logo on there. I thought that would be appropriate for the crane. And we can take a little look inside the cab. Yep, no hydraulics in this one. Nothing electrical. If you didn't have electric start on the engine, it wouldn't need any electric system at all. Everything is clutches and Armstrong levers and brakes and mechanical linkages. Here's one of the tracks. And come around to the back side here. These cranes usually had Chrysler 8-cylinder gas engines, but fortunately this one has a 351 Detroit. So we're a little bit better in the motive power department. And coming around, there's the trolley and the boiler, the nameplate for the Morgan crane. Acquiring this crane was a real stroke of luck. We got it just shortly before it was due to be scrapped, and turns out it was built in 1893 for Otis Steel in Cleveland, and it's perhaps one of the oldest operating overhead traveling cranes in the country. Our drive wheels are off right now. They're down at Morgan Engineering being remade. And therefore I have the drive shafts off, but we'll be putting all this back on soon. And the goal is to have the steel work up for the building sometime in October, and to have this crane up on the runway by the end of October. And that's it for our progress report. Check out www.toddengine.org for more information. Thanks a lot.